how's it going? It's Chad Calhagen. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the three most prominent prepaid wireless carriers. One thing they all have in common is they're all owned by the company whose towers they rely on for their service. First up, we're going to be talking about Cricket Wireless, who is owned by at&t. Second of all, we'll look at MetroPCS, owned by T-Mobile. And then finally, we will be taking a look at Boost Mobile, who is owned by Sprint. First up is Cricket Wireless. Let's get right into these plans. Here you go. Now, their cheapest plan is talk and text only with no data at the $25 price point. I'm not really sure that many people will be going for that when for only $5 more you can get 2 gigs of data. So honestly, I would probably just pretend like that doesn't exist, because why does that exist? 5 gigs comes at a $40 price tag, and then from there you have your unlimited and unlimited max plans. Now there's a difference of only $5 between these two plans. Unlimited has a top speed of only 3 megabits per second, and unlimited max has a top speed, just like all the other data plans as well, of 8 megabits per second. Not blazing fast, but in real world scenarios, it'll mostly get you where you need to go. Another noteworthy thing to keep in mind is the unlimited plan also only streams video at 480p, where unlimited max gives you HD. So one thing to keep in mind with Cricket Wireless, you're only available to have hotspot functionality on the 2 unlimited plans, and that comes at an extra $10 a month premium. And you only get 10 gigs of hotspot. So that's definitely something to keep in mind if you are really into hotspot usage on your phone. Cricket Wireless might not be the best option for you, but and I'm going to say this with all 3 of these carriers, make sure you verify who has the strongest coverage in your area, because even if that seems like it's a major deal breaker for you, you don't want to go with a carrier whose coverage isn't good enough in your area, because then you'll have more hotspot functionality, but you'll have no service to use it with. So it's like, you know, what good is that going to do you ultimately anyway? Not a whole lot. So keep that in mind. Next up is MetroPCS. They've only got 4 tiers. This is nice and simple. You've got your $30 lowest tier, and they give you 2 gigs of data on that. Next up, you get 5 gigs for $40. And then they have 2 unlimited plans as well. These are a little bit more straightforward. There's not like a hard data speed cap on anything here. The main difference between these 2 unlimited plans is the fact that this one is just unlimited talk, text, and data with no hotspot. And then this one is the same thing but with hotspot. Pretty much all there is to it. MetroPCS has faster data speeds than Cricket, and in my opinion, the hotspot is a much better deal. And I mean, it's not just my opinion. I mean, it's you get it for you get it for either $60 or you don't get it. And with Cricket, you can get it for, well, basically $70 if you go for that top tier unlimited max plan and then add $10 more. So I mean, no matter how you look at it, MetroPCS wins the hotspot shootout there. Also only 10 gigs of hotspot. So for amount of hotspot data, they're neck and neck. But for how much you're spending, MetroPCS does win that. If hotspot is really important to you, you are going to want to very strongly consider Boost Mobile. But with Boost especially, be very, very careful. Make sure you have adequate data coverage, not just talk and text coverage, data coverage in your area. Read the fine print, look into that. But if that is important to you, Boost is going to more than have you covered if you are covered adequately by their towers. So they also have a nice simple setup here. There's only 4 tiers. The lowest tier for $35 gives you 3 gigs of data and does allow hotspot, which is nice. No additional charge there. It's just a simple matter of you have 3 gigs of data, whether you hotspot with those 3 gigs or whether you just use them normally, doesn't matter. Once you're out, you're out. And then after that, you're just down to 2G. So, I mean, that's going to be pretty slow. So, if you're going to go with the $35 a month plan, just try to not use all your data because 2G is not fun to deal with. All right. Next plan is $50. You get unlimited data and you get 8 gigs of hotspot. Not bad. One thing to keep in mind with this plan, though, is that you're only going to be able to stream videos at around 480p. And music is only going to stream about 500k. So, I mean, not a huge deal. I mean, you can stream music at 500k. I mean, it'll get the job done. It might just kind of lower the quality a little bit to get you where you need to go, but not bad. Honestly, that's pretty good. Here we go to the $60 a month plan. This is the Boost Unlimited Plus plan. Now, this one gives you more hotspot. You go from 8 to 20 gigs of hotspot. And then here you do get HD video streaming. So you're paying $10 more, but you're getting more than twice the hotspot data allotment. And you're also getting HD video streaming. And honestly, 20 gigs of hotspot is pretty damn good, especially after looking at Cricket and MetroPCS. I mean, they're at the same price point as MetroPCS. You're getting twice the amount of hotspot capability. So that's incredible. And then they have this top tier plan, which they're saying is limited time. I have no idea how long this is going to stick around. All I know is that at the time of this video, they're still rolling strong. So if you want to get on this, just hop on it. And then just keep in mind that after the promotion is done, you can hang on to this $80 plan as long as you keep your account in good active standing. This is the unlimited, the ultimate unlimited plan, and you get 40 gigs of hotspot here, plus obviously your HD video streaming. That's a pretty tasty little plan there. 40 gigs of hotspot for $80 is pretty good. But once again, all of that hotspot data is not going to matter if you do not have good Boost Mobile or really Sprint coverage is what we're really actually talking about in your area. So just be careful, because when you look at the Boost Mobile map especially, it might show that you have voice coverage, but you need to make absolute sure that you have data coverage. If you do, Boost is king. They are undeniably the best deal here. You don't have to worry about top speed being only 8 megabits per second. You don't have to worry too much about how much hotspot you're using, because 40 gigs or even 20 is still a pretty good amount of hotspot. Now, if you're using this as your dedicated hotspot and it's the only internet you have, even 40 is probably not going to get you through every month. But if this is more of just a supplemental thing, or like a part, like a part-time, maybe 50% of your hotspot usage for the whole month, maybe 20 or 40 will get you where you need to go. So it all just depends on how you look at it. But yeah, my honest opinion between the three of these, personally, I like Boost the best here for what you're getting for how much you're paying. However, I don't live in an area where Boost has me covered. So unfortunately, Boost Mobile is just not going to get me where I need to go. It's just not. MetroPCS is not bad. It's pretty good. I do like MetroPCS, but one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that you do have to pay a fee to swap your SIM card from one phone into another phone. And I think that's kind of a drag. But on the other hand, their activation fees are cheaper than Cricket's. So it just kind of depends on how you look at it as far as that goes. But if you're somebody that likes to SIM swap a lot between one phone to the other, got a bunch of GSM phones sitting around, maybe they're all unlocked, whatever, MetroPCS is probably not going to be your best friend. However, if you're going to stick your SIM card in a phone and pretty much stick to it, MetroPCS will get you where you need to go if their coverage is strong enough. Now, once again, MetroPCS for me isn't quite strong enough in my area. When I'm in my main, smaller, super core area, I'm okay, but if I get too far outside of that, not that far out of that bubble at all, MetroPCS has a steep drop off, and once again for me, just not quite going to cut it. Not a huge deal though. I mean, I could make it work. I would just rather not, because I don't like that. Is my phone going to have service or not when I go over here? Even though I don't go here all the time, I just prefer to be covered. And so honestly, for me personally, even though Cricket Wireless cannot win the amount of data they're giving you for the price, there's a reason that they cost the most, because they know that between the three of these carriers, Cricket knows that they win technically the coverage battle. Now that might not be the same in your area, however. So they might be price gouging in your area, but you might be able to get by just fine with Boost, or hell, maybe MetroPCS is the strongest. Just look to see who's the best, because all the data in the world is not going to get you anywhere if you can't use it. So just keep that in mind. Just be an educated consumer. Do your homework. Watch YouTube videos. Listen to people's experiences with each carrier. And just give it a try for yourself. At least for prepaid, there's a lot less risk involved. You're not signing any contracts. You're not generally getting into really expensive phone payments every month. And especially if it's a prepaid carrier you've never tried before, try to catch either a free phone on a port-in deal or just get a cheaper one, because you can always upgrade your phone after that once you've confirmed if it will or will not be a carrier that will work well for you in your area. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what your experiences have been with one or any of these carriers. I'm always really curious to hear how each of these individual carriers is in everyone's area, because my experience where I live is not at all going to be exactly the same as someone else's. So I always love to hear that kind of feedback. Like the video if you found it useful, and otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll see you around.